Hello, nerds! Nerds for humanity. I'm here with the nerdling. Do you want to speak, nerdling?
Hello, nerds.
You want to show them the marshmallow that you have? That man put it in the microwave until it exploded, and then he put it in the toaster oven to brown it. It's like a freaking nerdling chef, like Iron Chef. Okay, today's Nerd Nightly News. Big stories. We have on Wall Street Journal, top Hamas leader killed in Israeli strike in Beirut. On Fox News, judge dismisses 3 civil counts against Trump. New York Times, Harvard president resigns after mounting plagiarism accusations. That's CNN. Senator Menendez charged with receiving gifts from Qatar in new allegations in corruption scheme. Brandon says it's
Qatar.
I don't think it's pronounced Qatar.
Oh, no, I didn't say guitar.
Okay. It's Qatar.
Oh,
I think it's Qatar, dude.
Qatar? Okay.
I mean, we can.
Yeah, sure.
We can find out. Let's ask Bard. How do you pronounce
Qatar?
Qatar. Okay, and we're gonna share screen so people can see.
I don't know. I'm not
sure. The truth. Where's Bard? There it is. Come on, Bard.
Wow, 14 viewers.
All right. And the answer from generative AI. There are a few different ways. Arabic way. The Q is made by placing your tongue in the back throat, making a guttural sound. The T is a bit more like a emphatic T.
Qatar. Told you.
So it would sound like Qatar.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, the American English version is like Qatar.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, I guess the nerdling
is correct.
I guess the nerdling. I mean, both of us are correct. Yours is more of the Arabic one, and mine's more of the anglicized version. But I respect nerdling.
Told you.
That's a proud nerdling there. Freaking Bard. Okay. Let's start with the first story because these streams are only supposed to be 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Wall Street Journal. Yeah, GG. Jackson's rubbing it in on me. Top Hamas leader killed in suspected Israeli strike in Beirut, targeting of militant groups members in Lebanon, brings hostage talks to a halt. Israel braces for retaliatory Hezbollah strikes. A suspected Israeli attack targeted a Hamas gathering in Beirut, Lebanon on Tuesday, killing 7 members of the Palestinian militant group, including one of its most influential founders, according to Lebanese and Palestinian security officials, sending shockwaves through the Middle East and bringing weeks-long hostage negotiations to a halt. Powerful blast rocked a Beirut neighborhood early Tuesday evening, killing Salah al-Arori, a founder of the Hamas military wing, deputy head of its political bureau, and according to the group, an architect of the 10/7 attacks in southern Israel that killed 1,200 people, most of them civilians. The explosion sent shattered glass and car parts flying through the streets near one of the city's famed sweet shops. Israeli leaders have vowed to go after all Hamas leaders around the world. So basically, Netanyahu's expanding the theater of operations. I think the pro-Israeli or pro-Netanyahu camp would say, hey, we didn't tell Hamas to go to Beirut. They went there and we went after them. Nonetheless, it is now Israel bombing Gaza and Israel bombing Lebanon. So that's what's happening. Whether it's justified or not, people can debate that. All right, now let's move on to the next. Oh my God. Now I'm mispronouncing Hezbollah. Wow, for crying.
Gotta ask Bard.
Freaking Bard. All right.
Hey, I mean, it might have been lying.
All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think it's Hezbollah or Hezbollah?
I'm gonna go with Hezbollah.
I'm going to say Hezbollah.
Mm.
I don't even know what I said when I was reading the story. Oh my God, I hate Bard. Hezbollah can be yes. Arabic.
Bed.
Hez as in bed, ba as in the you and but, Hezbollah, and la as in father. Hezbollah. Hezbollah.
Oh, sound.
Whoops, I just stopped sharing. Hezbollah. All right, this is totally tangent.
Hezbollah.
Hezbollah. All right, so both of us were wrong.
No, I said that.
Really?
Yeah.
Hezbollah. Okay, all right, Hezbollah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back to the news. All right, we did Wall Street Journal, Fox News. Fair and balanced, America's favorite source of news. Judge dismisses 3 civil counts against Trump. Others over death of Jan 6 officer Brian Sicknick. Read this article for free. What?
That sounds kind of sketchy.
Oh man, Fox is asking for my email. Really?
It's Fox.
All right. Freaking, I feel like this is bad.
You're leaking your email.
To give my email to Fox News. God help me.
People are gonna spam you.
Ah, a link has been sent. Are you serious?
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. I can't believe Fox is like so protective of people just reading their news. Come on, man. Okay, now you are now logged into Fox News.
Right.
Good. Let's go back. Okay. Success. And now it's going to start playing a video. Do not do that, Fox News. That would be annoying and very like 2001. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Back to it. Judge dismisses 3. Fox. Judge dismisses 3 civil counts against Trump. Others over death of Jan 6 officer Brian Sicknick. A federal, get this ad away, Fox News. A federal judge on Tuesday dismissed most of the civil counts against former President Donald Trump and 2 others in connection with the death of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick during the riots of Jan 6. In the 12-page ruling, District Judge Amit Mehta dismissed 3 of the 5 civil counts in a lawsuit filed last January by Sandra Garza, Sicknick's girlfriend. Garza's lawsuit against Trump and Jan 6 rioters Julian Cater and George Tanios sought damages from all 3 men for claims of wrongful death, conspiracy to violate civil rights, and negligence per se based on DC's anti-riot law. In his ruling, Mehta dismissed the Wrongful Death Act and both negligence per se allegations. Okay, wait a minute. While Mehta dismissed the wrongful and negligent civil counts against Trump, Garza's claims against the defendants under DC's Survival Act and the conspiracy to violate a civil rights claim will proceed. The Survival Act allows an individual's legal representative to pursue legal action on behalf after their death. Okay, so basically, you know what's interesting about this headline? There are 5 counts that were brought against Donald Trump. The headline from Fox News is Judge dismisses 3 civil counts against Trump. So if you just read the headline, you're like, oh my God, look, a judge admits that, Donald Trump is completely exonerated, when in fact, okay, they brought 5 counts against him. And the judge dismissed 3 of them, but basically says that 2 others are legitimate enough to keep going. So there you go. That's the magic of Fox News headlines. Like, even look at this, how they summarize it. Court win. You wouldn't know, looking at this, that he actually, okay, at least they say most, but not all here. So, okay, fairness to them that the headline here on the homepage is a little bit better, but it's still, I feel Fox.
I mean, I wouldn't count that as a win because if I had any lawsuits against me, I would.
Yeah, that's a
would
good
not,
point.
like,
That's a good point. So Brandon is saying, how is it a win if there's any lawsuits that are
Yeah.
allowed to continue that are not, if they're not all dismissed? Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
That's like, oh, I got burned 5 times, but now I only got burned twice. You still got burned. So, all right. And I was going to use a different. Oh, Trump is looking old.
Not wrong.
Do you think he's looking old? Oh man,
Look
you
at
want
those
to
cheekbones.
you know this this chat is getting me to go on tangents, but I have to show you a picture I found of Trump
Oh no.
where he looks
Old.
he doesn't look great. Now I will say this. So this is at the New Year's party at Mar-a-Lago or Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago. And number one, I don't think, I'm not sure if Melania was there, but she wasn't in the Christmas picture, the family portrait either. But moreover, if you look here, Trump does look a little bit older.
Wrinkly.
Now, the problem is so does Biden. So it's not like, I mean, Trump's friends seem a little bit younger than him.
A little.
You know that Donald. All right. I'm sure Uncle Peter would be fine with that.
Yeah.
All right. So
Uncle Peter.
all right, let's go on to the next story. So we've gotten through Fox News. So now we're going to go to New York Times. New York Times is eating its own. Harvard president resigns after mounting plagiarism accusations. Claudine Gay faced backlash over the university's response to anti-Semitism on campus, which then led to an increased scrutiny of her own academic record. Harvard's president, Claudine Gay, announced her resignation on Tuesday after her presidency had become engulfed in crisis over accusations of plagiarism and what some called her insufficient response to anti-Semitism on campus after the Hamas-led attacks on Israel on October 7. In announcing she would step down, Dr. Gay, Harvard's first Black president and second woman to lead the university, ended a turbulent tenure that began last July. She will have the shortest stint in office of any Harvard president since its founding in 1636. That means that Harvard is older than the Bowdoin College, which is amazing. So some people call Harvard the Bowdoin of Boston. Alan Garber, an economist and physician who is Harvard's provost and chief academic officer, will serve as an interim president. Okay, now, Harvard, so she sent out her resignation letter. I want to read this because what's interesting is, come on, man, is it not here? Let me just go look for it. Claudine Gay resignation letter. Okay, we're going to have the actual letter here. Share this tab instead. Okay, why is this? There we go. Okay, dear members of the Harvard community, it is with a heavy heart but a deep love for Harvard that I write to share that I will be stepping down as president. This is not a decision I came to easily. It's been difficult beyond words because I look forward to working with so many of you to advance the commitment to academic excellence that has propelled this great university across centuries. But after consultation with members of the corporation, it's become clear that it's in the best interest of Harvard for me to resign so that our community can navigate this moment of extraordinary challenge with a focus on the institution rather than any individual. I'm not going to read the whole resignation letter, but what I will tell you is there is no mention of her plagiarism or lack of citation. She says, amidst all of this, has been distressing to have doubt cast on my commitments to confronting hate and upholding scholarly rigor, 2 bedrock values that are fundamental to who I am. and frightening to be subjected to personal attacks and threats fueled by racial animus. Now, that nothing in here says, you know what, I made a mistake with the lack of citations. It's something that I own, but it was taken out of proportion. She could have said something like that, but there's nothing here about that. The closest is that she's offended that people have cast doubt on these things that she says are bedrock to her. So when I read that, my view, God, the ads just at CNN and at Fox freaking. So my view on when reading that was like kind of a apology, not apology. But regardless, we're going to move on because we are definitely at our 15-minute mark, and we still haven't done our story about Senator Menendez from New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey. There we are. What is this guy doing now? Senator Menendez charged with receiving gifts from Qatar. Hey, when did I just say Qatar? Did we cover the story already? Huh. Maybe when I was giving the earlier intro.
Oh, yeah.
So from Qatar, in new allegations in corruption scheme. This is the guy that had the gold bars in his house, which is like,
who has gold bars?
Is like in cartoons that you have gold bars. He literally had bars of gold. Federal prosecutors allege Senator Bob Menendez accepted race car tickets and other gifts from Qatar as part of a years-long corruption scheme, with the Gulf nation joining Egypt as another foreign country the New Jersey Democrat is accused of helping while in office. Prosecutors allege in the superseding indictment that Menendez's bribery and extortion scheme continued into 2023, a year longer than initially alleged. The new indictment, made public Tuesday, amends and replaces the original one, listing the formal charges against the defendant. Among the new allegations, according to the indictment, is that Menendez accepted payments from one of his co-conspirators, New Jersey real estate developer Fred Dybes, in exchange for using his influence to help Dybes obtain millions of dollars from an investment fund tied to Qatar. The senator, prosecutors allege, additionally took steps to help Qatar. Menendez, his wife, Dybes, and two other businessmen were indicted as part of a bribery scheme last year. All have pleaded not guilty. Now, this is the Biden Department of Justice bringing charges and indicting Democratic Senator Menendez. So I think this is an example where, like, the law is the law. And I'm hoping the MAGA people are not saying that Menendez is the victim of some witch hunt. I think he's just corrupt, kind of like other people that have been indicted. But we won't name who they are. All right, so those are your four stories tonight. We had Trump having 3 of the 5 civil suits dismissed, so he's got 2 that remain. We have top Hamas leader in Lebanon being killed by the IDF. We had Claudine Gay resigning as Harvard president, and I was kind of not pleased with the resignation letter. I didn't think it was as gracious as it could have been, and like owning it, but whatever. Then we had CNN on Senator Menendez, now not only being accused of taking money from Egypt, but Qatar as well. All right. So with that, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to thank the channel members, and then we're going to give some bonus content, which I'll give you a little update on the 2024 presidential race polling. So let's first thank the people who make this channel possible. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can just click the join button, and you can start at, how much does it start at, Nerdling?
$1.99
a month. Can you cancel?
Yes.
Anytime.
Anytime.
And if you're not on YouTube, just go on YouTube and click the join button when you get to the Nerds for Humanity channel. Just, you know who did this? I'll tell you. Let me tell you who did this. 44 months ago, Soldier One. Thank you, Soldier One. Senior Vice President, man. The guy is top brass. The rest of the VB team, Kristen Slevin and Bike. Kristen Slevin is at a 4-year anniversary. Happy Nerds anniversary, Kristen. Okay, then our hardcore. It's like the middle class of the Nerds for Humanity Nation. Gene, David, DK, Jackalego, Mr. History, Mona, Vaughn, Yang, Dean, Galessa, Jay Perrin, Dana, Jason, Daniel, Mickey, Yoda, and Unkiyu. And then at the entry level, the working class nerds, can't forget about them. $1.99 a month, cancel anytime. Also, 4-year birthday of supporting Nerds for Humanity, Lisa and Brandon. Then we have Sophia, Doris, Emerald, Ben, Shoni, Dr. William, Karen, Mai, Brittany, Lori, Wana, Kevin, Hope, T, Jeremy, David, Nicholas, Mike, Zig, Roberto, Jackson, Lantern, Cindy, and Alice. So thank you to all the nerds for hooking us up.
What happened to the Yo Mama person? Remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that person is no longer a member. They're part of the Nerds for Humanity alumni group. Wait a minute. Dr. Spider is accusing us of saying there's no fish are in the tank. Shh.
Lies.
Do not challenge. Do not challenge, because I will. Because now that I've read the stories, I will zoom in. Whoops.
Oh, that guy's spinning around a lot. That's not good.
Yeah, that guy's.
Oh, he's
that's one of our fish
is about to die.
Is not looking so good. But the plants are looking good, and these platies are looking good. But the spinner, yeah, he's
not looking too good.
And then this is the saltwater tank.
Yeah, Clowny and Brownie.
So the clownfish are up there. All right. So now I promised you
they are real.
The fish are real. They are not AI generated. Bard did not create those yet.
Bard can't do that.
Not yet. I bet Bard could actually. It's like what? It's ridiculous what it can do. Okay, so now I was gonna give you guys. Oh, I'm gonna do two things. I'll give you an OTP update and then latest polls. Okay. So on the OTP side, we did have a new feature that we built over last weekend. So our volunteers who was volunteering? It was Ian, Aaron, Shay, and myself. We released a new feature on ofthepeople.us. So remember before, you could go to a candidate and you could see reviews that people have written about a given candidate. Like in this case, these are reviews of Dean Phillips, who I'm supporting for the presidential nomination in the Democratic Party. That's cool, right? And you could see reviews from other people or about other people like Marianne Williamson, who's another terrific candidate in the Democratic Party. But now on Of the People, you can go up here and click on reviews and see a feed of all the most recent reviews from, depending on any candidate. So you can see Jeremy writing a review of Evan Lowe, me writing a review of Evan Lowe. This is a test account. Logan writing a review of Dean Phillips.
Didn't you interview one of the candidates?
Yes, I've interviewed Marianne Williamson and Cenk Uygur, and I'm trying to get Dean Phillips on. I mean, I literally volunteer for Dean Phillips. Like phone bank.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, they did phone banking.
And I cannot get him on the show yet. He's hard to schedule. So if anybody who's watching this is connected to the Phillips campaign, more importantly to his scheduler, they know I want him on the Nerds channel. But at the same time, he's been getting on some pretty big podcasts, so I don't blame him. But at some point, the the Dean team needs to help out the little creators, right?
Mhm.
You know, the ones who were supporting him and most actively.
Throughout the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things I offered to do, God, it's freaking
Trump is.
Trump. Sorry.
This is an Uncle Peter thing.
Yeah. All right. So where was it? I offered
It goes at the top.
to host. You know what I'm looking for?
The polls, right?
No. I offered to do a host a Marianne and Dean on this show at the
Ooh.
same time.
Double trouble.
Double trouble. Oh my God, I tweet so much. If you guys don't follow me on nerds_humanity, you're missing out on it.
Jackson says Dean was on Yang's podcast.
Yes. Yes. So therefore, at some point,
Envied.
it should trickle down to the Nerds for Humanity podcast. Wouldn't you say? Let me see here. Maybe it gets. Oh my God, I can't find it. Well, just trust me. I basically offered to host a debate with Williamson and Phillips on my channel.
A debate.
Yeah. Oh, I would moderate one. And I think I said, hey, look, this will be like a good discussion. I can't find it right now. And I don't want people to just watch me scrolling through my feed. This is
gonna be a while.
not great content. So, all right. So let's stop sharing that. But ask if you are connected to either campaign. Encourage them to come on Nerd Show. Because here's what I would do. I would. I've asked the big coat guy, Vaughn. I've asked them. Trust me. I think they probably haven't heard from me enough. So I'm going to give them a little breathing room. But here's what I would do. I would ask both Phillips and Marianne Williamson to go into detail about what they would do about the border, about merit-based immigration, about asylum, about border security, about dreamers, about employers who are hiring undocumented labor. So we would get into it.
Like everything political.
About that topic for chapter 1. Then we would talk about, so after immigration, I think we would talk about the economy, inflation, minimum wage, deficit, debt, government spending, where the money should go. Then we talk about foreign policy, Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan. We would get into it. So maybe it could be, maybe they don't want to go into that kind of debate because, like, you know, I would ask follow-up questions. So I don't think they would. I mean, I wouldn't go try and like do any gotchas, but I would want to get into it. Like I wouldn't just kind of be down with like sound bites. So at any rate, let's talk about latest polls and then wrap it up. Okay. By the way, in addition to becoming a member, are there any other ways to support our content?
Oh yeah. You should test if the super chat is working.
Yeah, just test
I haven't
it.
tested it yet.
Can you test? Can you test the super chat? You don't have to, but you know, because I have to pay for Wall Street Journal subscription for Nerds Nightly News because it locked me out when I was trying to do free articles, and I also had to pay for POTUS, Sirius XM POTUS subscription because I'm going to do on the day of the New Hampshire debate between Phillips and Williamson. I'm going to do the same night a breakdown of the highlights.
Where's the bell?
There you go. Get that bell. Get it.
Where is
Get it, boy. It's down there, man. Get the bell. Get the bell. Yeah. Woo! $5. It worked. It worked. All right, dude. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Steve Jones says, "Get the gong. Get the gong."
The gong. Where's the gong?
The bowl with the little metal stick. The metal bowl
yeah.
and the wooden stick. Yeah.
Got it.
All right. We the gong of data Oh, you feel that data? That's a great segue for looking at the latest polls. So let's pull them up. 538 polls. Latest polls. Okay, so you guys, this is not going to be fantastic data. It's going to be kind of scary, but it's also why you see me volunteering for Phillips. Let's take a look at this one. Joe Biden approval rating. Okay, if you look at the history of presidents running for re-election, basically, if you don't have over 48% approval, you do not get reelected. And that has been proven over and over again. That's double. Here we go. Look at this, okay? Before I show you, we look again at the 538. What?
It's the way you say it. Come on, man.
Oh. So George W. Bush had 53% approval rating in the December before his reelection year. Reelected. Bill Clinton had 51% approval rating at the December after the end of his first term, going into his reelection year. Won reelection. Barack Obama, who, by the way, I supported when it was not cool to support Obama.
Him.
I high-fived Obama.
Mm-hmm.
I was a caucus goer for Obama when people accused Obama of being a Republican plant. Such bull. He had 48% approval rating in the December before his reelection. He won. George Herbert Walker Bush had a 46% approval rating. He lost. Donald J. Trump had a 44% approval rating in the December before his reelection.
And
he lost. Joe Biden has, depending on the polls, 37, 39, 40. It's not 48%.
He's not going to win. Guys.
He does not have 48%. He does not. Okay? Does he have 48%?
No.
No. Homeboy has 39% approval rating. In fact, he has 55% that disapprove.
Oh. What's the middle?
Okay? And then there's people that don't have any opinion. So he used to have, he basically was most likely to be reelected all the way up until he lost his 48% mark around August of 2021. So for the last all of 2022 and now all of 2023, for the last 2 years, he's been under that 48 mark. And I mean, his lowest was 37.9, and right now he's 39. So, you know, and you could see this green line is not going up, people, not going up. So anyway, but that's not the only thing we can look at. Oh, don't get worked up, man.
I don't think he's
okay. Now, what about the Republican primary? It looks like it's freaking Trump.
Oh my God.
I mean, is there anything? Basically, it's the death of DeSantis, a little bit of a heartbeat for Haley. But, you know, yes, Haley's slope of the line is high, but my God, the actual value is...
What are the brown dots at the bottom?
The brown ones? Ramaswamy.
Oh.
Ramaswamy is at 3.5%, 4% right now. Haley is at 11.3, DeSantis is at 11.3, and freaking Trump is at 61.3. And Christie, God love him. I love what he's saying, but this is not he's running against MAGA in a MAGA party. So
he's not going to get supported.
So Trump is going to get the nomination. It seems like the indictments and all the Jan 6 stuff did not really change anything. That's national. What about in Iowa? Yeah, 50% Trump, and then what?
Oh, Chris.
18% DeSantis, 15% Haley.
Who is Hutchinson?
Asa Hutchinson. He dropped out, so he shouldn't even be on here But yeah, like it's interesting. Haley and DeSantis, like Haley might actually
solid.
pass DeSantis. But if you took all of DeSantis people and gave them to Haley, assuming DeSantis dropped out, number one, they would not go to Haley. Most of them would probably go to Trump. But even if they all went to Haley, that would only take her to about 34%. 34.1, is that right? 18.4 plus 15.7.
Huh?
Pop freaking quiz, boy.
I wasn't focusing.
All right, listen to me. If all of DeSantis people go to Haley, it's 18.4 plus 15.7. What do you think that is?
34.1.
Yes.
Easy.
Oh my God, dude. I was as a father.
Got me sweating there.
As a father on a live stream. On the Nerds for Humanity live stream, like, thank God, dude. I'm proud of you, buddy. Okay, I haven't given you a hug in a couple years. All right, so so basically, like, let's be honest, Trump is going to be the nominee. Now, unless something happens to him physically, which is very possible given how he and Biden are looking. Both of those two
old.
They are on the older side. Now, let's look at the Democratic nomination as well, because that one is pretty much also highly likely to be going to Joe Biden. I don't know why, but it is, but probably because he's a sitting president, I suppose. So that's a Republican. Where's the search polls? Okay. We want to see Democratic primary. Biden at 70. Biden at 70. Williamson at 7. Phillips at 4 or 3.8. And then if you go to New Hampshire, Biden at 38. Phillips at 7. Williamson at 7. And then another one, Biden at 51. Phillips at 17, Williamson at 6. So, but actually, like, that's kind of crazy. How can Biden be only at 38? Where are the rest of the people? That doesn't make sense. Let's investigate this. Where's the more details here? Okay, here's a key fact. If the primary were held today, 38% would write in Biden, while 39% said they were undecided. Both Phillips and Williamson had 9. So if those undecided break for Phillips, he could beat Biden in theory, according to this poll. So
he's probably going to.
You think Biden's probably going to win, right?
He's not going to win, right?
I think he's not going to beat Trump, but he's going to. That's the worst thing. He's going to win the Democratic. But it's the worst outcome. He will win the Democratic nomination and he will likely lose. Nostradamus predicts
he's not going to win.
That Joe Biden will not beat Donald Trump in the general.
Mm-hmm.
But, the Democratic Party, if it were a fair, open, and competitive primary, could ensure that Joe Biden proves his competitiveness, shows that he's still got his fastball, and then, okay, if he gets a nomination, great. But you got to, attend some debates and put your name on the ballot. Like the fact that he's like, oh, I'm not going to be on the ballot in New Hampshire, and I want to start in South Carolina because that's the only state I won in the early part of last time, is just a little bit like a coronation. But we've seen this before, and like before when they nominated Hillary and blocked out Bernie, I think Bernie would have beaten Trump in 2016. So in some ways, the Democratic Party kind of has some responsibility for electing Trump. And I would argue now a vote for Joe Biden in the primary is a vote for Donald J. Trump in the general.
Mm-hmm.
You know? What are you going to do? All right. With that, we're going to say, oh, we forgot to play our outgoing music, man.
I mean, it's only been 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 15 minutes. Sorry, guys. I think we got distracted by our chat
And the fish.
about all the pronunciations.
Yeah.
And then the fish.
Mm-hmm.
And then the twirling crazy fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that fish gets better, but I don't think so. But it's nature. It's the law of the jungle. All right. So with that, we're gonna say goodbye, nerds. Oh, should we? Let's thank the super chat.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a super chat? Zig PC. Bam. Done. Mission accomplished. Challenge accepted.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
$5.
Bye, nerds.